Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm speaking into this microphone because my daughter is asleep. I'm sorry if there's a lot of cuts in this video because if she wakes up, I will have to stop recording. Today, I thought I would film my reading plans for 2025 and what I've accomplished so far. Let's get into it. Before we get into this, I want to apologize for how I look. I'm not wearing any makeup, and I'm trying to be more comfortable with my natural face while filming. I wanted to talk about my goals for reading this year. At the beginning of the year, I had a goal to finish one book every month. However, that did not work out. I've only finished 2 books this year. I am in the middle of a short read after I have started Fourth Wing. Fourth Wing is a very lengthy book, and it is very slow. I'm intrigued, but I'm bored, so I'm having a hard time getting through that book. I've also started reading Haunting Adeline. However, I started reading it in the aisle of Walmart, off the shelf, before I even purchased the book. I do have it now. I'm going to tell you the books that I've read so far. The first book that I finished reading this year was Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. I cannot wait to get caught up. I'm broke. I'm waiting patiently. I cannot wait to read caught up. Lights Out was such a fast read for me. I could not put the book down. I read it in 2 days, which is a big deal for me. The second book that I finished this year was Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRue, one of those. Okay, that book was great. Not only was it super spicy, in my opinion, the story was phenomenal. I had such a good time reading that book that I loved it. It was so good. And that's all I have to say. So I am actually currently in the middle of reading 1, 2, 3, 4 books technically, but one of them I don't have plans to finish, and I don't even remember what it's called. But the book that I'm currently reading right now, and I consider it a quick read, is Once You're Mine. I've heard really good things about this book. It's slow, kind of, but it's interesting, it's intriguing, and I kind of like it. I'm going pretty quickly with it. I have been super busy, so I have not been able to achieve the 2-day reading goal. But I do have this app called Bookly, and this app helps me keep a goal every day. I have a 35-minute reading goal for every day, and it helps me at least read for 35 minutes a day. Sometimes I exceed that 35 minutes. I know when I was reading Her Soul to Take, I went over an hour in a reading session. It also lets you pause if you have to take a break. So the reading timer on this Bookly app is super convenient. I'm loving this app. Not sponsored. I just really like it. I did want to read Her Soul for Revenge, but the only bookstore that is closest to me is Walmart. I know. I'm so sorry. My Walmart has been out of it. I also recently traveled out of town this weekend and went to a Walmart. They had the first and third book, did not have the second book. I don't know why, but I cannot find the second book anywhere. I just don't like ordering offline. If I can find it in person, I will do that. I'm going to tell you guys what I plan to do after I finish Once You're Mine. When I'm done with that, I'm going to finish Fourth Wing. And then after I finish Fourth Wing, I'm going to read Haunting Adeline. Now, assuming I don't get caught up, the book by Nevessa Allen, assuming I don't get that book, that is my plan. However, if that book comes into my possession, I will be reading that immediately. Also, Her Soul for Revenge. I know that both of those books shift. They're not the same characters as the first book, and that does hurt me a little bit. However, I've heard they're really good. I also have a massive TBR. If you want to help me out by getting me a little book off of my TBR, my link for that is in the description. Or if you want to help me spice up my reading space just a little bit, the link is in the description. You by no means have to do anything. However, I'm just saying it's there if you would like to. Another thing I have planned for 2025 is to buy a bigger bookshelf and to buy everything off of my TBR. I have a book limit that I want to reach this year as to buy. And then if I don't finish reading those books this year, I will spend the rest of next year until I finish those books, until I buy another book. I do not want to be a victim of overconsumption. I will not be buying any copies of books I already own unless I'm trying to rebuy a series of books that I have. For example, all of my Twilight books are different. Now, I have space on my current bookshelf, but I'm using that space as display space, so I do have room for growth. However, the bookshelf is torn apart. It is not in good shape, and in fact, I will post a TikTok here showing how bad a condition that my bookshelf is in.
This is all I got. This is all I got.
Okay, so you saw that. It's awful. Also, I'm sorry. I have just been in such a reading kick. I love watching book content on TikTok, on YouTube. It's so much fun. I lost my touch reading when I was like an early teen. I used to love reading. I read my first book when I was 3 years old. I read all throughout elementary school, all throughout junior high, and then in high school, for about my sophomore year, it started to be like people would bully you for reading, and that's where my love for reading really just fell off. But I'm so back now. I'm so excited to make more book videos for you guys. If you have any book video ideas that you'd want to see from me, please comment them below. Yes, ma'am. Also, I'm always looking for book recommendations. I am currently reading spicy fantasy books because that's what I enjoy. If anyone in my family sees this, no, you didn't. I know I've been doing nothing but rambling and I look horrible, but I really wanted to get a video out because I haven't posted in so long and I'm so sorry. There's a link to my Amazon book themed wishlist in the description. I have all of my socials linked into the description, so if you want to follow me on any of those, you are more than welcome. This outro is already long enough, so I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go cuddle my baby, and I will see you guys later.